So, as I'm watching this documentary on the history of the school system and segregation and so-called desegregation, I'm listening to the elders speak, the ones who lived through walking to school 2 miles there, 2 miles back, from Monday to Friday, who were that dedicated to going to school, who had that much passion to learn and that much desire to grow and to thrive in knowledge. Now, while I don't agree with the public school system because it doesn't teach true history, it doesn't teach truth. At the same time, the basics of reading, math, and even science and writing, obviously, those things, everyone deserves an opportunity at learning the best and having the option to have a good education, a truthful education. And while we need to work on finding a way to implement true education, which I personally believe right now is homeschooling or learning online or something like that, but I digress. I'm watching as these elders, let's see. It's right here. As they talk about, walking so far just to get to school and, just hearing their passion, I'm thinking, where in hell has the passion gone in so many people to learn and to educate? Thought, truth, whomever you want, whatever name you want to use for him. He tells us in the Emerald Tablets how vital knowledge is, how key knowledge is. It's our duty to him and the ancestors of ancient Africa and Kemet as well to learn. We are to be held accountable if we don't learn. And who doesn't want knowledge? Knowledge is the best weapon. There's nothing greater than knowledge. But the most dangerous weapon, an educated black man. Knowing how hard these white people fought to keep out, and still do in a passive way, which I'll get to later, to keep black students out, to keep black students in the slum version of education, so to speak. They fought this intensely, and it's still going on. Why did they not want black children to have the same opportunities? Why don't they want black children to have the same opportunities? Think about that. Now I'm like a major threat because I remind you of the things you were made to forget. Study your lessons and do your best. Never give up on that. Tupac is my father. So, but anyways, seriously. While again, I don't agree with the public school system's teachings. I do believe, I don't know where. I quit school when I was 12. And I began to teach myself when I was 14 based on Tupac and his knowledge, and I was blessed enough, and am blessed enough to know his mentor and stepfather, Dr. Matulu Shakur, as well as some other people that he was associated with who guided me along my way. And I've had other mentors who continued on, so I am blessed like that. But I've taught myself everything I know, and not everything I know, but all I learned in school really was reading and writing. I don't even understand math, fuck that. But think about that. Willing to walk 2 miles there, 2 miles back every day, 5 days a week, wanting to learn. And now kids are like, if you were to put a book in front of them, that's supposed to not be cool. I mean, how can you say knowledge is not worth, I don't know, especially for the black community, especially because there's a reason they try and hold the black community down. There's a reason, and I'm telling everyone, the ancestors are watching, the ancestors will empower, and the key is knowledge. the key to getting things as things should be, since people have asked and asked, like Tupac said. We asked at this point. We asked, and we basically, as he said, we're trying to sing our way in. We are hungry, please let us in. And then he said, then it went from that to, we're hungry, we need some food. Then after a while, he's like, you know, you get fed up. You see him throwing food around, and they're just keeping you out. And so after a while, it's like, I'm picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting. How do you not expect that? And then as he ends that brilliant part of the interview, he says, so what do you expect us to do now? Ask. What are we doing now? What is going on now? We're asking. Still, things need to change. New methods, because obviously no one is respecting or listening to these methods, and that needs to change. And if it's not going to change, we need to be educating via the internet and via the communities. And yeah, I have more details up on all this. I'm really going to work hard to try and start getting back on top of my videos, and hopefully, even if I just reach one person, maybe that person will be someone who can spread the words better than I can. So anyway, I'm just really just mind blown at how things have changed, and I wonder what these people think. Make the ancestors proud, man. Go pick up this